The smartest people are sweating like they're in a sauna with the thermostat set to AI is coming after us. While most people are treating AI as a supercharged Google, those at the deepest level of research are starting to wonder what jobs might be left for humans.
And really interesting to watch, to be blunt, work that we would usually do with people with masters and PhDs in finance over the course of weeks or months being done by AI agents over the course of hours or days.
Hype? Possibly. Terrifying? Sure. I'm popping the champagne because the second the robots prove they can outthink us is the exact moment we get permission to stop pretending to be machines. AI just became the universe's most expensive mirror, reflecting the one thing we've been dodging for centuries. We were never meant to be the smartest thing in the room. We were meant to be the most alive. So while Silicon Valley debates how to keep humans relevant, I'm stocking up on crayons. Because relevance is no longer the prize, aliveness is. The robot can write the symphony, but it can't feel the goosebumps. It can paint the sunset, but it can't lose its breath watching it. It can answer anything in seconds, but it can't forget the question while the answer comes. It can mimic laughter, but it can't fall off a swing laughing so hard it forgets to breathe. That's the new job description. Professional human. Duties. Bounce. Wonder. Cry at commercials, dance in grocery aisles, argue with clouds, blow bubbles at strangers, forgive first, love last. AI just freed us from the only job we were never qualified for, being perfect. History's biggest leaps don't march forward, they U-turn. The wisest minds aren't futurists, they're archaeologists of the original self. Renaissance, not new paint, but scraping centuries off Greek marble until the original grin reappeared. Enlightenment, Rousseau yelling, civilization is graffiti on the soul, scrub it off. Romanticism, Blake and Wordsworth ditching smokestacks for dandelions. The child is the father of the man. Transcendentalism, Emerson walking into the woods with no itinerary except unlearn everything that isn't you. You used to blast off the mattress like sunrise had your name on it. A box was a starship, a puddle an ocean, the backyard a galaxy. You laughed hundreds of times a day, no joke required. Cried hard, then sprinted after a butterfly before the tears dried. Wanna play was the only resume you ever needed. Ice cream leveled you with wonder. Ladybugs fit miracles on your fingertip. You wanted to be an astronaut, ninja, president, mermaid, and saw zero conflict in the lineup. Why was your heartbeat? Curiosity was the fuel, not a skill you scheduled. Love was a full-body tackle, sleep a blackout dive into the next adventure. You were loud, sticky, unreasonable, magnificent. No brand, no filter, no 5-year plan. And that messy, bright, unpolished aliveness was the truest thing you've ever been. Then you stapled on the adult ego, the helmet to block pain, the resume to earn applause, the spreadsheet to make sense of the mess. You slid a grown-up muffler over the engine and mistook the hush for maturity. The world handed you either applause or bruises. Either way, the real you has been muffled ever since. But the ultimate you isn't the child or the adult. It's both at once. Grown-up mileage, 5-year-old lens. Wisdom that still gets distracted by its own curiosity. That's the version no algorithm can fake. No title can print, and no amount of experience can outgrow, because it was the original software. and everything else was just a patch. Hollywood keeps recycling the same reel. Kid strolls into a room of adults who forgot to blink, points at the ceiling fan like it's a UFO, and everyone remembers the room used to be a spaceship. In the movie Big, a 7th grader says the magic words.
I want to be big.
And overnight, he's 6'3" with rent and a paycheck. But Tom Hanks isn't impersonating an adult. He's importing a 12-year-old's operating system into a 30-year-old chassis. Boardrooms become playgrounds. He asks why until the spreadsheets confess. He turns a boring product pitch into a trampoline session and gets promoted for it. While everyone else is gaming optics, he's busy chasing fun. And fun follows him like a golden retriever. The woman who falls for him has dated every polished resume in Manhattan.
Timing is everything in this market. This platform scales globally to making the impossible happen.
Then she meets a guy who laughs before the joke is finished, who listens like the answer is candy, and treats her like she's the coolest level in the video game. No strategy, no subtext, just full volume presence. Same beat, different drummers. Aladdin, the unfiltered street rat, is the diamond in the rough, not the prince with a wallet. Wonka, the kid who still believes in magic, inherits the chocolate kingdom, not the corporate shark with a spreadsheet. E.T., the children ride their bikes across the moon, no rocket required, while the adults chase shadows. Forrest Gump, the grown-up who never grew up, rewrites history, not the Ivy League grad with a 5-year plan. Every culture keeps a kid-sized door cracked open the great wall of grown-up rules. Step through it, and the same lesson echoes in 6 accents. The unshaped, unfiltered, unapologetic kid is the one who still holds the master key, and the lock is always on the inside. China's Lao Tzu says the newborn softness is its strength. The uncarved block before society chips ambition into its corners and calls the shaving success. Denmark's Hans Christian Andersen shows one child shouting, "The emperor's naked!" while every adult keeps bowing to invisible clothes stitched from fear of being first to stop clapping. Judaism's Midrash records that at Sinai, God will accept only children as the guarantee the Torah will survive, because adults keep trying to edit the fine print. Jesus skipped the sermon, pointed to a child and said, "Be that." The greatest in the kingdom of heaven is the child. Every movie, every tradition, every bedtime story, they've all been whispering the same thing since before we could read. The kid is the answer, but knowing it and living it aren't the same country. Can the kid actually survive in the real world, pay a mortgage, run a meeting, close a deal? Most of us decided the answer was no. Nice story, fine for bedtime, but not how the real world actually works. So we packed the kid away and called it growing up. Return to Innocence isn't a self-help seminar, it's a crowbar. Your guide to the most powerful life imaginable. The child licensed to drive, the adult body. Yank the muffler, drive, the keys are on the kitchen table, right next to the cereal.